I want to know from you two things. I want to know commercial success. So that means financial. All right. Biggest one for February out of all the ones that we talked about now. And it cannot be Ollie Ollie World. I know how you feel about that fucking game, but it cannot be that. So I want biggest financial success, biggest commercial success. But then I also want from you overall biggest success in terms of like rating, right? So what takes the most 100 must plays home, for example?
They had to produce more PS4s in the last 2 months. It's not a coincidence what the first game out of the chute is. Horizon Forbidden West is gonna be the financial bomb, in my opinion. I think that game's gonna make all the money. Hurts me to say it, but that's the one that I think. I think enough people. I know that Elden Ring is going to sell like gangbusters, but I think that there will be enough people that wait and see, and then they're going to be like, I don't want to get my nuts crushed that hard. I think financially, Horizon Forbidden West is going to make all the money. There are so many PS4s in circulation. It's over 100 million that are out in the wild. And the game is available on that platform. It will be the biggest game of that platform, and I just can't see any. It would be extremely shocking to me I think it's a 2-horse race between Elden Ring and Horizon, and it would be a complete stunner to me if Horizon didn't win that financial crown.
It's just a huger amount of people that can consume the one versus the other, right?
Correct.
That's man, okay. So hold on. So that's your commercial success. What is your highest rated game?
I don't think you have the combination of open world, tight combat, graphic fidelity. There's too many tent poles, and we know nothing about the narrative written by George R.R. Martin. There are too many slices that Elden Ring can hit for it to not be critically the game of the year. Like game of this moment, because there's a little thing dropping in September.
There's a fucking man with a beard that you don't want to fuck with. All right?
You don't want to mess with that man.
You don't want a guy with a fucking stripe tattoo across his face. That's all I'm saying.
Even if you gave the edge in storytelling to Horizon Forbidden West, the mechanics, the graphic, well, maybe not the graphics.
I wouldn't though. I think George R.R. Martin, who was given free reign with this, like as I understand it from is it Miyazaki or whatever,
Miyazaki, yep.
Yeah, said to him, like, listen here, I'm not gonna explain functionality and mechanics and all that stuff to you. Write the fucking story and we'll make that shit behind that. I want a fucking good story, and then I'm not gonna tell you this guy rides a horse or this guy fights this way or anything like that. There's a very interesting fucking interview where they spoke about like how George R.R. Martin was actually included in the whole process.
George R.R. Martin does the greatest feat in writing to me. He creates a Bible.
His world building.
He creates a Bible. He creates a world, and he doesn't think about the characters. He drops them in that world and only writes he will only write how they react to all of it. So I just think he has gone on record and said more about taking this seriously than the new HBO spinoff House of the Dragon. So I'm like all in. I just believe. With a convoluted, in my opinion, awful story, Sekiro won Game of the Year when it came out.
But the Sekiro story was not dog shit. I use that term far too often.
It was the horse's poo. But
it's not comparable to what we saw in something like Dark Souls 3, for instance.
Correct, or a Bloodborne story.
Bloodborne is fucking.
It's amazing, and I just really believe that they have too many things that will be top in class versus Horizon, which will be, fantastic story and fantastic graphics. You will give away some things with a gameplay loop and a grind that you won't compare to you don't need to grind any FromSoft games. It will make you better. It will make it easier, but you will have the ability to take on any challenge based on your skill. And that in gaming is masterful.
That's a huge thing. That's a huge thing. When you say to a gamer that you don't have to grind out XP for this, you can just be good enough at this. That's a powerful message to send to someone, and somebody that is ego driven or driven to be good at something in that regard can look at that and go like, hold on, so I could do this at level 1 if I just got good enough. And that's what From Software games has always been about. So okay, so dude, I would love to sit here right now and say that I disagree with you. But I fucking hate you, bro, because you literally picked it exactly the same way I would have. I think commercially, I think Horizon Forbidden West is going to be a huge success. It's a system seller in its own way, simply because of the fact that it has a way of convincing anybody that for some reason has not adopted PS5 yet and has been maybe holding back on buying into a PlayStation in the first place to go, you know what, fuck it, if I can't get a PS5, I'm gonna get a PS4 because at least I can play the fucking game, you know, something like that. It is that. Look, it's definitely a holdback on it, the fact that it's only available on PS4 and PS5, whereas Elden Ring is obviously available on PC as well, which is where I think a lot of its audience is going to come from. That being said, I think Elden Ring will be sitting on anywhere between 35 to 45, maybe even 50 fucking 100s for the year. I'm calling it right now. And this will be a monumental thing for From Software, because they have these polarizing audiences. They have people that love them because they're so difficult, and they have people that hate them because they make them feel inferior. And so it's always like this thing, like it's the game that, in my opinion, has deserved, the franchise that has deserved the most hundreds but has gotten the least. I think this might be the one that breaks it up for them, because this opens it up to so many people. Like I said, I'm one of fucking them. I've spoken to so many people that would never give a From Software game the time of fucking day because they don't want to fucking throw their controller through a window. But Elden Ring, for some reason, gives them this idea that it's going to be different. Now, whether that ends up being true is a different thing. But hey, you've already spent the 60, bro. It's done.
I'm a selfish person. My hope is that this game financially does well. A lot of people buy it. They're invested in the world. They're invested in the game. Then they get their asses handed to them, and then they come to me, they come to you, and they watch us make it look easy, baby.
Well, I mean, I'll be out there cheesing it with the magic, right? So, I mean, I'll just be like, pew, 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 like shooting while I'm drinking a beer, and you'll be doing the actual fucking combat. So I mean, this has been a clip from the Separated at Birth podcast. We do a live show every Monday night at 9 o'clock CET. So come and join us, come hang out, and become a part of history in the making. All the links and details are in the description down below. We'll see you soon, and as always, fucking cheers.